Labor Day. As you look at the beginning of September, when we look at September and Zion, this stab, this time, as we enter the time of atonement and the timing of atoning, the renewal process of the fall, the time when one falls into this autumnal equinox of balance and equilibrium. You know what I'm saying? Fall. Let these things deteriorate that need to fall apart. This is the time when those things that must be broken, you allow them to deteriorate in the due season, in their due time. It is the time of the fall as we are getting closer to the fall back. It's a time where time must go. We approach this time of the fall back and going back an hour of time. As we prolong this period of time of September, understand the scepter. And we understand the scriptures, and it talks about the kingdom of Judah, the line of Judah. And we're talking about these people called Ethiopians, blackface, and this ancient calendar that they had of these Ethiopians. We understand the line of Judah and the scepter not departing from Judah, and the calculations of time that come along during this time of the annual atonement, when we make a tone and we begin to hold sound to those things which are sound doctrine, and we remove the excess that is beyond this perfection of the 360 degrees of life and death. The revolution will not be televised, because television tell hella lies, but no telos. In the time of Libra, the toll, if you understand the tele, the toll gate that is here in the Libra, the measurement. When we look at these lands and these locations of Kuku Klan, when we understand that the Kukal, this KU, the KUL, or the Google, it's all the same. It's all dealing with calculation, Google. Your mind can take these elements, particles, and molecules and understand the bonds of divine covenants that align with sound and vibrations, resisting temptations. You know what I'm saying? So understand this time of the autumn. When you understand no auto-tune or no autonomy, as they say, autonomous, those aboriginals, indigenous people that live according to the functionalities and observations of what we call chronology, seasons. We understand the seasons. These are seasons that rely on the tropics, tropicals. We understand the tropics, Cancer, the Capricorn, summer to winter, and the in-between equinox of spring and fall. Oh, baby, I don't mean to lose you, lady, but these things I say, they may sound crazy if you don't have the understand of the overstanding overall lady, the queen mother, the heaven. They call the Venus, the center, the pole, the Arctic, the firmament, the Raki, the Raka, the Rakaya, the Rakia. We understand the arch, the visible arch of the sky, this dome, this hemisphere of a covering, a cover, a covija, esophagus, a throat. Many different ways that this has been understood. And when we look at the body that we call Earth, we understand we all are part of this body of Earth. Some dwell in the regions of the shoulders and the hands, and some dwell in the heart of the land, the heart of the city. Who are the real Americans?
The indigenous people were actually my color, as I have a habit of telling people, a cocoa brown, or a brown piece of leather well put together. I have a lot of ways of using slangs to tell people that we are still here.
Rockies, don't come across that rock, yeah. Wildy Kaya, yeah.
About the fucking flex.
Nava, Amaye, Rakaya, Raka, Yeti. I'm Asiatic with the static. You know I'm always at it, trying to get across, so I can come back to my mama, yeah. Maya, yeah. I'm
Taylor about the fucking flex.
We could bet your car, your house in. My level is out, sitting this big body, man. You gon' feel like you fell on a couch, and them 20-inch Pirellis is out. Show in your pitching street. Next week they gon' probably see your family. Copy, refix it. East.
Tryna stack a dollar, pop my collar while I'm singing my song. Y'all niggas better leave me alone. I think y'all better leave me alone. You better leave me alone. I'm tryna stack a dollar, pop my collar while
So Mexico's first black president's grandson. This is what his statement is in 1887. He said it's indisputable that ancient times Negroes occupied Mexico. So not only did they establish a free Negro settlement before the Spanish crown was able to take its authority here in Mexico, but also the location they chose was the Olmec. So when you look at the Olmec heads that were painted black and faced the east, and you understand that Mansa Musa Abukari, he came from the east, and you see that these phenotypes that represent these Olmec heads never were adopted by the following civilization. Now this location, this Maroon, as it says here, settlement, when you look at the Suriname, right, coat of arms, you'll see the Maroons on the coat of arms. Understand that Gaspar Yanga set the first, and they were painted black. So when you look at the Olmec heads that were painted black and faced the east, and you understand that Mansa Musa Abukari, he came from the east, and you see that these phenotypes that represent these Olmec heads never were adopted by the following civilization. So this grandson is also important because he was one of the ones that actually hold the historical information about Gaspar Yanga and about his establishing of the first Negro settlement, Los Negros. So Abraham, who is usually noted as the first Hebrew, right, understand the crossover, understand that Africa, right, Abraham named this land Africa after the name of his son Afar. So we understand that this region here of Africa was given to Abraham's son with the Torah of Fur. So when we look at Carthage and the Punic Wars and the invasion of the Romans to conquer what they called Africa, it was this region here. Understand, Kush or Ethiopia, this region, right, was not colonized by the Romans. So understand when we talk about Africa, a fur in this region here, this is Africa where the 0 degrees is the central point. So
agarraban un puñado de una semilla, quizás maíz, quizás papa, ¿bien? Y tiraban esa semilla en todos los andenes. Cuando ellos van a cosechar,
So as early as 400 BC, some as early as Plato had knowledge that beyond the Pillar of Hercules, there existed a large continent, desert, island continent, some call it island continent, with other islands to the west of it. All right, you understand these other islands were also considered to be part of the New World, which we call the Australoid or Austronesian, the Melanesia, these Negroid type Negrito peoples that have been related to the Pygmies and the other most ancient found people of short stature, like the Negritos. But as early as 400 BC, we see that it's written by Europeans that they had knowledge of this. So when understanding the Ring of Fire, understanding hell, right, and all this mythology that surrounds hell, fire, dragons, breathing fire, spitting fire out of the earth, Hades, all of these things, right? All of these things that we've been told about, right? Of hell and fire and brimstone and all of these things, all of these mythologies come from, right? Understanding the serpent, right? The devil, the dragon. Understand these mythologies are explaining the existence of not only plate tectonics, but volcanoes and these natural eruptions and occurrences of these events that take place within the earth.
The waters and the inhabitants thereof. Hell is naked before him, and destruction hath no covering. He stretcheth out the north over the empty place, and hangeth the earth upon nothing. He bindeth up the waters in his thick clouds, and the cloud is not rent under them. He holdeth back the face of his throne, and spreadeth his cloud upon it. He hath compassed the waters with bounds until the day and night come to an end. The pillars of heaven tremble and are astonished at his reproof. He divideth the sea with his power, and by his understanding he smiteth through the proud. By his spirit he hath garnished the heavens, his hand hath formed the crooked serpent. Lo, these are parts of his ways, but how little a portion is heard of him. But the thunder of his power, who can understand?